Hello everyone, the other player back, and today I'm going to be helping you guys out by getting one of the second hardest camos I think on the M79, which is the get 3 kill streaks in one game. Now the problem with the M79 is that you can't actually get aerial streaks down. You have to do ground streaks only, and in normal 6v6 and 12v12 this is difficult. So what we do is basically the main thing we're going to do is we're going to be going into Fireteam Dirty Bomb. I'm going to go over and hit our scoreboard button, and at the top you'll see the buttons, and you scroll over to the map. Now, if you have Engineer on, like I do on this class, the only two things you need on this class are the M79 and Engineer. You really don't need much else. What this will do is as soon as someone takes a vehicle on this map, as you can see near D, they will show up red. What we can do is we can fly over top of them and launch this thing right onto them. Now you can see that they've gone away, so we'll have to go back for them. But basically our strat now is going to be we're going to hover around the map and just kill as many people on these vehicles as possible. Specifically the snowmobiles, but sentry guns work as well, and if you can get any of those other ones, those work too. Some general tips and tricks I have. Is this guy down here? Is that number one, you're going to die a lot, and that you kind of just have to accept that you're not going to be getting any kills. That's just the fact of the matter. You got to get used to it. You're also going to want to parachute for as long as possible. So if you don't see anything on the map, just parachute, but once you do, you go directly over here. And when you have Engineer on, you can see that you can like actually see them when they're down there. And what you do is, I'm going to do a demonstration here. This is not actually what you want to do because I'm too far away at this point. But as soon as you get close enough to the ground, you'll fire. But a pro tip that I haven't seen people talk about. You'll notice that as soon as I started getting close to the ground, I actually took my M79 back into my body. You have to learn to avoid that. By doing that, which means you kind of have to stagger how you do this. So let's see. I see there's a guy right here. You can see him on the ground, by the way. So what we'll do is we'll fall. We're going to get maximum speed. When we get kind of close, we're going to do this. Then we'll let go. I don't think I got the vehicle. I don't think it counted as an enemy vehicle, but you can see that when I had to pull the parachute a little earlier than I wanted, but that was needed to make sure that I could get my gun up in time to shoot him. That's something that's going to be key. You're also going to want to have map knowledge the entire time. So try not to stay at the edge of the map here. Try to go towards the middle of the map. It doesn't have to be the exact middle, but whatever works best. Alright, so I see another guy down here. Don't be afraid to let go for just a little bit, and then when you get closer, kind of do this little parachute. We're gonna glide down and boom. And you can also use your if you need the gun to level up, knife with whatever gun you need to level up. You'll get a ton of XP for doing that. Now, once you've done this, you'll notice that you are on the ground. This is not where you want to be. So what you do is you just commit suicide. That's just how this works. And you'll just be doing this over and over. A couple notes. Number one, if you do 6 in a game, that will count as 2 3 streaks. So you definitely want to be staying through as much of the game as you can. Number 2, tanks count, sentry guns count, RCXDs count, anything even if you can hit an aerial streak, it will count. But the problem is the aerial streaks, I don't think you can get one hit kills on. But any of these things count. Another tip I have is wherever gas, you can see that gas is starting to spread over here, people are more likely to take the vehicles because they need to get away from there pretty fast. It doesn't always happen. But it's definitely just something to keep in mind. And sometimes it will take a bit. Okay, so there's a sentry gun. Now with sentry guns, they go away very fast. I don't know why they go away very fast, but they just kind of do. So there we go. There's two. Let me just land. If you want to work on a gun, you can, but I recommend just doing this. It makes the whole process a lot faster. So, now that we've done that, I'm going to tell you that tanks are going to be the thing you almost never want to go for unless there's nothing else on the map. They take like 2 or 3 hits from the M79. And even though you have danger closest on, or whatever it is, you still don't really get enough. So sometimes that will happen, and you'll miss. If you do see a tank, there is actually a calling card where if you C4 a tank 15 times, because when you C4 a tank, it's a 1-hit kill. If you do that 15 times, you get a calling card. So I would recommend doing that if you see a tank instead of trying to do the M79. But if you really want to, you can try, or if it's low on health. But the thing is, once it gets too low on health, people usually just bounce out of it. I don't know how I lived, but whatever. You can try to do stuff like that, but it like never works. And so this will happen a lot, is sometimes you'll miss or something like that. And that's kind of something you just got to get used to. Yeah, that's about it. This challenge really isn't that hard when you do this method. You can technically do it in 6v6. Like, I think I got 4 or 5 of my streaks doing that. It just takes so much longer, but if you already have like everything else done for all of the launchers, and you really don't need to focus on it that much, it just kind of needs to be a passive thing that you work on, definitely feel free to do that, but it's better and honestly easier in my opinion to just knock it out doing this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. And this does work on both maps, by the way. If you get, I think it's Ruka is the map, is what the other map is called. Either map will work, but yeah, just do this for a little bit, and you'll get it down. If you have any questions, or you have a request for a video you want me to make next, let me know. I'm doing all these camos, so if I don't see any recommendations, then next up on Tuesday, I believe, is Sigma 2 double kills and 3 kill streaks, which I know you guys will be looking forward to, because I certainly needed some help with that. Alright, hope to see you guys then. Bye-bye.